American Apparel lost its founder, already gone bankrupt. Office Max, Pacific Sunwear, A&P, the largest retail grocery operations. Volkswagen's TDI, US Air merges with bankrupt American Airlines. Ashley Madison. No reason for anybody to ever go back to this website. Radio Shack now is completely gone. Sears, Kmart and Sears. Sears is the weaker of the two.
All of the Sears stores and nearly all of the Kmart stores will close in late July, the retailer said. Macy's stated that sales fell over 5% through November and December at the chain's department stores and has announced that it would close 40 stores.
You heard Walmart is also closing hundreds of stores. But why?
Conspiracy theories are running wild tonight about the Army's plan for a multi-state training exercise this summer called Jade Helm 15. While the military says it's just training soldiers for the realities of war, critics say the Army is preparing for modern-day martial law.
Why? Why are there countless reports of tunnel systems underneath Walmarts connecting cities all across the country?
500 people at a time in various cities across the country.
What I want to tell you may be very important to this country. I work for a private contractor that secretly goes to work sites and performs add-ons or retrofits in construction, electrical, etc. We are sworn to secrecy in some of our jobs and we are very well paid. Each day on this job, we enter Walmart through a subterranean entrance. We are forced to change clothes and we are allowed to take nothing in, so we cannot take pictures. We change clothes when we are done. Now listen to this, and please, they are not making this up, but it says in each corner of the Walmart, they are constructing 4 guard towers. They look like guard towers. There's no question what I'm seeing here. This made the hairs on the back of neck stand on end. All the display counters and shelves from this Walmart have been taken out of the place is guarded by private contractor armed with automatic weapons. I have not seen one military person on the inside in uniform. It is all DHS, UN, and us in the building. Usually there are 50 to 100 people working. I've seen as many as 300. Installed a TSA type of entry near the rear of the store as well as the front of the store. But get this, also the large and wide glass windows and doors were narrowed by a lot on the inside of the store. I immediately thought of prisoners. They're converting these Walmarts and making them into prisons. Go on and on. Note the unmarked white vans, very similar to the vans used in Fort Lauderdale's extraction drills on March 27th. Obviously, it's undeniable that they are getting ready for something. What are they getting ready for? Martial law. This report says not just one, but 5 Walmart stores across the U.S. are closing their doors due to plumbing problems that in some cases will take 4 to 6 months to repair. It doesn't take that long for plumbing to repair with a big organization like Walmart. Give me a break. The real agenda at hand, and that is these Walmart tunnels. Walmart tunnels, conduits for DUMS, FEMA, ETs, Chinese military, or cheap labor, or like I like to say, all of the above. This is not a conspiracy, but what is Walmart also doing? Walmart is converting a lot of their Walmarts, not only in the FEMA camps, but they also are providing underground tunnels. So picture this, martial law has just been declared. There's been some earthquake or natural man-made disaster in your area, or an EMP or whatever, and FEMA is on the scene and they're telling you that the only place that you can go to and come martial law, I would not be surprised if Walmart will be the only store open and available where you can get goods, because they're trying to pick.
I mean, basically, you got an underground roadway system here that runs all the way to Maine, to Washington, D.C., to Colorado. It's fully stocked. It runs completely underground, and you can see they've been hauling tons of military equipment. And this is stocked with food, water, everything they need. It's an underground city.
Try to address a threat without being fear of getting shot.
So I'm thinking that is totally appropriate in Iraq, but what kind of a situation in the U.S. would you see that happening?
I mean, we've got a lot of constitutionalists and a lot of people that stockpile weapons. I mean, we've got a lot of constitutionalists and a lot of people that stockpile weapons.
Who was the first terrorist organization in the United States? Who? Founding Fathers. You mean Thomas Jefferson? You mean George Washington? Yeah. Paul Revere? Yeah. These guys right here, let me ask you something. Did they try to scare people? Yeah. They tried to intimidate the British. Did they use acts of violence? Your founding fathers, my founding fathers, were involved in acts of terrorism against British officials.
Police say 55-year-old Imam Maulana Akanji, along with an associate, Thara Uddin, had just left the mosque in this Bangladeshi neighborhood when a gunman approached from behind, shooting both in the head. The incident was recorded on this surveillance video. NYPD Deputy Inspector Henry Sauntner.
Video evidence shows a male with a medium complexion, dark-colored polo-style shirt and shorts.
Early this morning, police released this sketch. With no one in custody, the community here is on edge.
We feel really insecure and unsafe in a moment like this. It's really threatening to us, and threatening to our future, threatening to our mobility in the neighborhood.
At a vigil, many said they want the police to investigate the shooting as more than a double murder.
This is not a robbery. Seems like a high crime. This is not an attack to Imam. This is an attack to the community.
Suspected hate crimes against Muslim Americans are on the rise. Sauntner was asked if this crime is part of that trend.
There's nothing in the preliminary indication that would indicate that they were targeted because of their faith.
Kabir Chowdhury heads a mosque nearby.
We are devastated, and we want peace. We are devastated, and we want peace.
I'm not trying to sound insensitive and unloving. I pray for homosexuals, atheists, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus to come to Jesus before it's too late. I don't take joy in seeing people shot in the back of the head. However, I think it's ironic to see them, after being attacked on a rare occasion, after seeing the Islamic nation and Muslims being attacked viciously in a terroristic form, I find it ironic that they will complain and say that they feel insecure and unsafe when their entire religion is all about blowing up the infidels and everyone who doesn't agree with their religion, killing them, killing homosexuals, killing everyone who does not submit to their belief system. And let me tell you something, even the moderate Muslims believe that they should kill homosexuals. They've ran tests, and they themselves will be killed if they do not obey the Sharia law. If they're Muslims and they do not believe in Sharia law, they are called lukewarm Muslims, and they are also worthy of death. You can't get away from it. But isn't it interesting how you see one or two Muslims being killed, and oh, you don't feel secure? Really? You don't feel safe? Really? Wonder what, what's up? Yeah, that's exactly how they're making the rest of the world feel. Now, I'm not saying this man in particular is doing anything. He may be a lukewarm Muslim. Maybe they're going to kill him next. I don't know. But it's just ironic how confused, how deluded the world is, how backwards and inverted reality is. Check out this next thing.
My brother was not supposed to leave like this.
Hours earlier, Kimberly Neal shed tears and paid tribute to her brother, Seville Smith. He was shot twice Saturday afternoon by a black Milwaukee police officer. Smith was 23, the officer 24. Chief Ed Flynn said Smith ran a few dozen feet after a traffic stop.
This event probably took 20 to 25 seconds. It was very fast. The individual was armed. He had more bullets in his gun than the police officer had in his gun.
The death of a black man during a traffic stop sparked riots and destruction in Milwaukee this weekend. Protesters threw rocks at police and set fire to cars and buildings Saturday. 4 officers were hurt and 6 businesses were destroyed. It happened after a police officer shot and killed 23-year-old Seville Smith during a traffic stop. Authorities say Smith tried to flee, and when the officer ordered him to stop, he turned with a gun in his hand.
He had a gun in his hand.
The gun at the scene that we are recovering was stolen in a burglary, along with 500 rounds of ammunition.
It's not going to end today. I can't tell you it's going to end tomorrow. I don't know when it's going to end. But it's for y'all to start. We're not the ones that's killing us. Y'all killing us. We're not the ones that's killing us. Y'all killing us.
The leading cause of death among black males.
He had a gun in his hand.
Between the ages of 15 and 24, the first reason is homicides, killings, deaths, murders.
We not the ones that's killing us. Y'all killing us.
According to the FBI numbers from 2014, about 90% of black homicide victims were killed by other black people. All lives matter. All lives matter. I can't believe people are getting kicked out of colleges and accounts and being suspended for saying such things. It's such a backwards, inverted world that we live in now. Jesus died on the cross for all colored skins, all men. He desires all men to be saved, no matter what your nationality or tongue are. He wants all men to be saved. And now is your chance. Put your faith in the Son of God, no matter what color you are, because all this stuff with Walmart, martial law, the training, all that's coming to pass, everything, all the signs are here. We're running out of time. The mark of the beast, the Antichrist, the New World Order, all that stuff, FEMA camps, all that stuff's happening right now. The war with Russia and all this terrorism coming in, everything is true, everything is real, exactly what Jesus said, and only those who have faith in Christ, who obey the Son of God, will be saved. Will be saved. Obey Jesus and be saved. We are the tribulation saints.